Hi, this is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devils Saturday. This is Game Day Live, coming to you live from the Primetime Radio studios inside the bunker. Undisclosed location, beautiful New Jersey. And to Chicago, Illinois from Vinnie Parise's mobile studios. Yeah. Streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, X Live, Twitch, and out on Instagram Live on the Let's Go Devils Network. As the Devils play the Ottawa Senators tonight in Ottawa, in Canada. How are you, Vinny?
I'm doing well, Sam. How are you?
Doing well. Just hanging out, watching the outdoor game, Penn State and Michigan State. Unfortunately, Penn State lost to Michigan State in overtime, 5-4. Great game. Over 75,000 people attended at Beaver Stadium. Second largest outdoor game, collegiate outdoor game in the history of college hockey. So it's pretty cool.
I love that for college hockey. I love that for hockey in general. I hope your alma mater gets a stadium series. The stadium series for next year is already set. Dallas and Vegas at Jerry World. But the following year, I don't think Ovechkin and Crosby will be in the league. Crosby will be. Not sure Ovechkin will be. So the Crosby versus Ovechkin thing at Penn State is probably dead. But maybe the Flyers could play the Devils again, or the Penguins could play the Flyers. I really think Beaver Stadium is worthy of an outdoor game in the NHL after what they proved this weekend. That was outstanding.
Yeah, they're in the middle of a renovation. A Beaver Stadium will be set for 2027, football season. So it's amazing how they did this during a construction period. And, there's some logistical issues that they would have to do. It would have to be kind of a Keystone Cup type of scenario between the Penguins and the Flyers. It has to be, just because the infrastructure, there's not really an airport there at State College. It's a tiny airport. So trying to mobilize the NHL media there would be somewhat of a challenge, so to speak, coming from all over the place to do that. But it's not impossible. It's just the infrastructure. Probably every single hotel would be hotel room would be gone for a game like that.
100%. And I saw Gavin McKenna had a big moment in the game, which is obviously a key to Penn State hockey right now.
Yeah, he's kind of like Jack Hughes. He's also Mr. Turnover, just like how he turned over the puck in overtime nonchalantly, and then Michigan State scored. So, I'm also doing this as a defensive mechanism, considering that the Rangers are tanking right now, and they might get Gavin McKenna, which I hope they don't. But, I'm already just on edge about that.
100%. Yeah, that would be unfortunate if that's how it ended up shaking out. But, that's a problem we'll worry about later on. Hopefully the Devils aren't even in the conversation, because that would mean they made the playoffs. It would be objectively funny if a team like Toronto got them or something like that. But for the most part, unless he goes to the Rangers, I'll be rooting for McKenna. He takes a lot of heat, so it'll be interesting I think he made a wise choice going to college. It's better for his game overall. So that's our little Penn State hockey coverage real quick before we dive into the Devils.
Yeah. Well, Devils playing Senators tonight. Seems like the captain, Nico Hischier, is sick, but it could be a game-time decision.
Yeah, for a guy like Nico Hischier not to play a game after scoring the overtime winner on a beautiful play, especially a game where Jack Hughes is not going to play, I would assume that means he's very sick if he doesn't play. I would assume it was a debilitating level illness if he found himself unable to go. I really do.
Yeah. Also, Jack Hughes, you have any news on him? Did they get some good news?
Jack Hughes is considered day-to-day. It was good news from Sheldon Keefe and company on what's going on with the New Jersey Devils star. He did avoid like any type of serious injury. I believe it feels like, based on the way Keefe spoke today, that it's precautionary him not traveling to Ottawa and playing tonight. There's obviously just a handful of games before the Olympics. There are going to be fans who rip him if he doesn't play before the Olympics and then plays in the Olympics. But, I mean, you got to – and listen, I get it. I do. The Devils are first and foremost. They cash his checks. Everything wealthy about Jack Hughes is because of the New Jersey Devils. But, I mean, nobody in their right mind would not play in the Olympics just because some fans didn't like it. I'm just telling you. You would play in the Olympics. I would play in the Olympics. Every fan listening would represent their country in the Olympics, even if it meant taking a game or two off to be ready for the Olympics. Every single player in the NHL prioritizes representing their country.
Yeah. Well, Ottawa Senators, how are they right now in the standings?
Not great. They're not, the team that a lot of people thought they might be coming into this season. They kind of had a strong season last year, snuck into the playoffs, kind of ended a long playoff drought, and they gave the Toronto Maple Leafs all they can handle in the first round. That series went to 6 games when a lot of people predicted Toronto to either sweep or win in 5, gentlemen sweep. But right now, Ottawa's 10 points out of a playoff spot. They don't have the luxury of playing in the Metro. They have to get to a wild card spot in order to make the playoffs. And the wild card spot's a lot farther away for them than the third spot is for teams like the Devils in the Metro. So, they're probably, for all intents and purposes, cooked in terms of the overall season due to the fact that they do play in the Atlantic Division, where the Devils, they still have a chance. It's not a great chance. I'm not going to call them cooked, though. And they only have 1 more point than Ottawa. But that's just the way the alignment has it set up right now. With the Metro being a weaker division, the Devils could maybe find a way into one of those top 3 spots a little bit easier than Ottawa can. So we'll see how that goes, but not a great year. Brady Tkachuk dealt with some injuries. They have Stützle, who's incredible. I'm a big fan of Jake Sanderson. I think he's one of the best defensemen in the NHL. If I were making a top 10 list of defensemen in the league, I'm sure he would crack the list. They've had awful goaltending this season, especially when Linus Ullmark stepped away to deal with some off-ice issues that he's going through in his personal life. But he is back. And it'll be interesting to see how they play today, because whenever a team is struggling and then they get a chance to play against the New Jersey Devils, they seem to find ways to not struggle. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes for them in the nation of Canada's capital tonight.
Yeah, and right now it's January 31st. After today, you've got February, which is kind of a shortened month because of the Olympic break. All of March, which is slammed with games. And April. Devils trying to get a playoff spot. Do you think 95 points will get them there? Especially with this division being so tight?
I don't.
They need to do higher?
I think higher.
Because I think I saw, Nick Villano was in a X conversation that the Devils would need to go 19-9-1. To get there.
And that would put them at how many points?
95.
Yeah, that's tough. I feel like...
Because some years that would be like 90 points you're able to squeak in.
Yes, but the Atlantic is so strong, they're dominating the wild card.
Yeah.
Only 3 Metro teams are getting in. And one of... I think Tampa Bay and Detroit are locks in the Atlantic. I would consider them mortal locks. And then there's the 3rd division spot and 2 wild card spots. So 3 total spots for Montreal, Red Hot Buffalo, Boston, and Florida.
Damn.
That's
why you got to get your points. That's why you got to get those 2 points.
Exactly. One of Buffalo, Montreal, Boston, Florida is missing. One of those teams is missing. And then if you're the Devils, you have to boot the Islanders and get that, or Pittsburgh and get, because I think Carolina is going to win the division. You have to boot one of Pittsburgh or a New York Islanders to make the playoffs, and it's not likely. It's just where we're at right now. It's where the Devils are at,
and the Devils need to go on a heater. Select a boy, happy Devils Saturday to you. Meadowlander's asking, did Harris release a statement? He released a statement through his spokesman yesterday. And on the Morning Woo, my beef was, no, I want a statement directly from the horse's mouth, not what a spokesman would say, saying Joshua Harris in third person, type language. That's not good enough for me. I think Devils fans deserve better. So, no, to answer your question, no. It's the same thing that, he did not have an independent relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. It's like, all right, well, can you go a little further than that? Because you're still not addressing a lot of the questions that a lot of people have in that Philadelphia Inquirer article, about that. And I think it's important. I think it's important to squash this immediately, be transparent with the fans, because you know what, the fans, 40% of your revenue comes through gate receipts. Where do you think it comes from? It comes from the fans, and fans want to know. So, but anyway, just to answer his question. So, but that's all I got right now. I mean, it's the same statement that the Commanders are using and the 76ers are using and all that kind of stuff. I think he needs to do better than that. That's just my opinion. Let's see what's here. Yeah, Selector Boy says playing the Sens without our top centers gets set for another loss. Do you feel that way? I mean, we're not at predictions yet.
I don't. Do I like their chances if he sure can't go? No. Do I consider any game in the NHL a guaranteed solution one way or the other? No. This is a weird game. It's an unpredictable game. Cody Glass would probably be the top line center. He's been really good. Big game from him, big game from one of the goaltenders. Nothing's a foregone conclusion in the National Hockey League. Nothing. Not on an individual game basis. It's a foregone conclusion the New York Rangers aren't making the playoffs. It's a foregone conclusion the Chicago Blackhawks aren't making the playoffs. But game by game, either of those two teams can beat any team in the league on any night, no matter what. I do believe that.
Vinnie, what's the temperature in Chicago? It looks like you have a T-shirt on.
I am wearing a sweater, but I should be wearing more. It is currently, it's balmy. It's 23 degrees right now.
Really?
That's very warm. Yesterday it was minus 10 with the wind chill.
Yeah.
So
I'm at 17 degrees Fahrenheit right now.
Oh, so it's warmer here right now.
Yeah, you're dealing with some global warming over there.
Seriously. But it never got as cold here as it did it never got as cold by you as it did here in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah. It's I mean, waking up in the morning, it's like -5 at times, -2, but
yeah. Last Tuesday we had not a stay-at-home warning, but like it was one of those where like if you go outside and stay outside, you will hurt yourself. I think it got to as low as -35.
Wow.
Brutal.
Wow.
Brutal.
Yeah, Meadowlander says we need an explanation. Agreed. Let's see here. Any night, any team can win in the NHL. If Timo lit the lamp tonight, we'd be good, says Pete. Nick Adams says, we have a snowstorm here in Georgia today. Wow. Nick, you're from Georgia? Wow. Thank you for chiming in.
I love Georgia. One of my
state.
favorite states. It's one of my favorites.
Good peaches over there. Good peaches over there.
Yeah, the peach state. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good barbecue,
peaches.
too.
Yeah, barbecue.
There's other things that they're known for in downtown Atlanta too, but
What's that?
off-air conversation.
Oh, okay. I went to see Family Feud once.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah. Yeah,
Nice.
it was pretty good. Yeah. It was pretty good.
Their downtown is awesome. They have what they call the Battery, and in the Battery is where the Braves play. A bunch of bars, outdoor restaurants, outdoor bars, hangout areas. Really cool scenery over there. And then there's another downtown part where they have like the World of Coke and the building that the Thrashers used to play in and all sorts of cool things. So big fan of Atlanta, Georgia. One of my favorite cities in the country.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been there twice.
I'm a big fan of Butts County, Georgia.
Butts County,
Butts.
nice.
Yeah, driving through there. They have good barbecue over in Butts County. I went there once.
Nice.
Driving through, visiting family. All right, let's get to predictions. I want to get your predictions for this game. How the Devils will do on a one-game heater right now. Winning the last game in overtime.
Yeah. I'm going to pick them to win this game 2-1.
2-1. All right. Jake Allen in net.
Yep.
I'm hopeful. I'm thinking 3-2 Devils.
Nice.
3-2 Devils.
That's what we're hoping for here.
I don't know if there's a delay, but I haven't seen any scores in the chat. There's people in the chat.
There's people.
Nick Lavelle says Northeast England is nice. I was watching Liverpool and what's the other team that they were playing? I forgot. Oh, geez. Who are they?
A lot of them in England.
Yeah.
Is it? I almost when I started thinking of a bunch of teams from Spain. Is it Manchester United?
No.
Manchester City?
Nope.
Real Madrid, I think, is in Spain. I have no idea.
Was it Arsenal? I don't remember. They were winning. They were up 3-1 last I checked. Newcastle. They were playing Newcastle. Yeah, they were playing Newcastle. Thank you, Nick. See, Nick would know because he's in the UK. Where they don't use. I don't know. Do they use metric in the UK, right?
They use metric everywhere except for the United States of America.
That's why I refuse. That's why I refuse to use metric. It's either my way or the highway.
Yep.
How do you think? How do you think they screwed up the NHL rink in Milan? The NHL told them 200 feet. They're like, okay, and then they were a few feet short.
That's probably true. I mean, we spent 5 minutes talking weather, and we're talking Fahrenheit. That's very much a United States thing.
I don't get the Celsius stuff.
Our Canadian listeners are like, it's 23 degrees. Why aren't your windows down?
Yeah. 23 degrees. That's cold. I don't know. It's amazing. I love driving through Canada. It's like, it's kilometers per hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Well, how many kilograms do you weigh, Mr. Wu? You mean pounds? Lisa says 4-2 Devils. Nick says 3-2 win. Selected Boy says 4-3 Devils. Pete says 4-2 Devils. Lawrence met you the other day. Lawrence says my prediction: dumpster fire.
Nice.
Well, that's all I got. I think you need. I'm ready for dinner right now.
Yeah, we're at that point. I mean, you're down your top two centers, maybe. Hopefully one of them can go, Esher. Go out there and find a way to win a hockey game. That's all you really can ask. It's all you could do. That's what you have to be telling the team if you're Sheldon Keefe. So
do you have any news on Cody Glass? Are the Devils down 3 centermen?
No, he's playing for sure.
He's playing?
Okay,
good.
He is playing.
Good. All right. Forgot about Cody Glass. But
he's
still banged up though. So, but Alrighty. Well, we're going to get out of here. Please join us after the game for Devils After Dark. Scotty and I recap the game that was. Dropping the podcast in about 10 minutes. We're going to get out of here. Enjoy your dinner, Vinny. Till next time, let's go Devils.